minute. It's been a little while. I think it's been a couple days since I've been on a YouTube live, so I thought I'd come on here and talk about a cool topic. The Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia. It's the Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding by Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? And then you're probably thinking, okay, Shaun, this is a natural bodybuilding channel. You're a natural bodybuilder, blah, blah, blah. How does this book, or what does this book have to do with me? Okay, it's an iconic book, guys. There's so much info in this book, it's crazy, okay? Natural athletes, anyone can benefit from this book. Because bodybuilding, when it comes down to it, bodybuilding is bodybuilding. Yes, between natural and enhanced bodybuilding, there's a bit of a difference. But even as a natural bodybuilder, you could benefit from this book. So we're going to talk about that today, the top 3 reasons why every natural athlete should take a look at this book, okay? But we're going to jump into that in a minute. I'm just going to sit on here for a little bit first. I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, so check me out there. I got some notes on my screen here, so just bear with me as I look at it once in a while. So basically, when it comes to the book, guys, okay? Like, yeah, so basically, he's got a lot of invaluable information. Like, his training principles are still, they're still applicable to this time, right? He used consistency, he used intensity, he used progressive overload, all that kind of stuff. He knew how to organize his exercises properly, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of great information, and plus, it gives you a history of bodybuilding. He's the person who brought bodybuilding to the mainstream, guys. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like him or hate him, he is the man who brought this sport to the world, okay? And it all started with bodybuilding. It started from bodybuilding first, and then it went to women's bodybuilding. Then I think fitness, like with the routines and all that. And then they brought out, I'm pretty sure the next thing was figure. And then I think they brought bikini. And then we brought men's physique, and then so on, right? So all the foundation is men's bodybuilding, guys. So this book, the Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding, is the foundation of everything, guys. So I think even if you don't believe in all the concepts in there, you think they're archaic or they're too old or all that kind of stuff, you should know the history of bodybuilding, guys. You should know about Arnold Schwarzenegger. You should know about the basic principles, because most of the stuff he talked about back then applies to this day. The art of posing applies to this day. Practices posing to gain confidence applies to this day. You know what I'm saying? Structuring your workouts like chest, shoulders, triceps, it applies to this day. The basic exercise he did back then, bench press, deadlift, squat, all these exercises, not much has changed, guys. Maybe it's got a little bit more scientific, a little bit more creative, but things haven't changed all that much. So the Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding is a book you should check out. It's a big one. Let me grab it for you. 1 second. It's a big textbook, guys. This sucker has got 800 pages, okay? So it's the Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, okay? Or what is it called? I keep screwing it up. It's called the New Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding by Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? And there's iconic photos of him in there. There's the other guys from the 80s and 90s in there, and 70s, 80s, and 90s, okay? So it's quite the iconic textbook. You want to check it out. Even if you can't get your hands on a full-fledged book. I got a hardcover here, guys. Whoa, I got the hardcover. You can probably download it nowadays on a PDF. You could probably even search it and get the whole thing downloaded for free nowadays, right? So check it out, the Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia. It gives a lot of great information. Okay, I'm gonna read a few things so I stay on track here, because you guys know I get off track here. So the focus here, what we're talking about, the top 3 reasons why natural bodybuilders should check out the Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia, okay? Number 1, timeless training principles, guys. Okay, it's jam-packed with the fundamentals of bodybuilding, okay? Progressive overload, volume training, and exercise execution in detail, okay? It gives you details on how to execute the exercises. And they're pretty solid information, because I skimmed through it again. Pretty solid information. Because natural bodybuilders, we don't want to waste our time on ineffective workouts, especially the newcomers to bodybuilding, okay? Because if you're new to bodybuilding, this book is invaluable, okay? The only thing I'd probably stick away from a little bit is the overly high volume of training he would do in each session, okay? That I might taper back on just by run the research and all that kind of stuff. But again, everyone's different. If you can recover from it, then shit, go for it. But now we're going more towards doing less volume in the workout itself, but training the body parts more frequently than they did back in the day. Back in the day, they might have trained Arnold Schwarzenegger trained way more than the average person, right? At least so his book says, right? He would do 1 or 2 or 3 weeks times a week, but he'd do like serious amount of volume. He'd be there a couple hours a day, 5, 6 days a week. You don't have to put that kind of volume in, guys, but we want to hit the muscle groups often. That's as a natural athlete, because as a natural athlete, we need to recover, right? So you want to make sure you're recovering from all this. So he talks about exercise selection, rep schemes, recovery strategies, all that stuff in this textbook, okay? That's why it's still a book no matter what. Whether you're enhanced or you're not enhanced, whether you think it's an old book or it's not an old book. There's great information in there, guys, because I know even for motivation, I just skim through it once in a while because it's inspiring to see where bodybuilding came from, to see pictures of Arnold, you know what I mean? And one of our other top 3 reasons is reason number 2, why natural bodybuilders should check out this Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Why you should check it out is he talks a lot about mastering posing and stage presence, okay? That is so important, guys. Like I even talk about it myself when once in a while make posts in the IDFA room or on social media, just saying how important posing is, guys. There's only one thing one art of or craft of the sport that we need to master. That's with bodybuilding, bikini, figure, fitness, men's physique, whatever you're in, whatever your division is presenting yourself in the mandatory poses that are required for you for that division, okay? That's all you have to know, guys. I know we put all of our effort and we get so hung up on watching everything we eat, watching our diet, watching this, watching that, getting the workouts in, all that kind of stuff, that you're so focused on that some people don't put enough focus on their posing, okay? And this book talks about the art of posing, and Arnold was a real advocate of the art of not only posing, but mastering posing and hiding your weaknesses and all that kind of stuff. Because Arnold Schwarzenegger, he'll admit to himself, he didn't have the perfect physique, but he could pose it perfectly on stage. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he even goes to some athletes once in a while in some of these documentaries you see. The guy says, "Oh, Arnold, how do you think I would do with the show?" He would say stuff like, "If I had your physique, I would win." Because he knew the art of posing and presentation, that he could take that physique and pose it properly enough to do well on the stage. You know what I mean? All right, thanks, Julia, for the like. Thank you, Brandon, for stopping in here. Yeah, double click on this video, guys, if you're watching it right now live. Just give us a like here. Yeah. Because like I was saying, guys, because the reason number 2 is mastering posing and stage presence. These are top 3 reasons why you should check out this book, because he talks a lot about posing. Because I stress it all the time. Many times it comes down to posing is what is the difference between first and second place. If 2 physiques are both very great physiques, but one presents themselves better or practice their posing, it shows the confidence, the presentation, the display, because the judges only see what they see, okay? If you don't know how to do a lat spread, you're not going to get full marks for a good lat spread because you did a piss poor lat spread on stage. You know how many times, especially when it comes to the women's rounds, say it's like bikini or fitness model or figure, where they turn around, they go to do the lat spread, they can't flare the lats. There's only 4 poses. You say if you're a figure, you got front, side, rear, and side, right? Poses. 4 poses. You cannot execute one of them already. You are at a disadvantage so quickly, okay? So the art of posing is so important. You better, if you do not know how to flare your lats, learn, okay? Figure it out quickly, or figure out a way that helps you make sure you perform it. If you do it enough, you will get it down, right? Don't use excuses that, oh, I don't know how to pose my lats, this, that, and the other. Then figure it out, okay? Like the art of posing, because it's what the judges see on stage. Because if you turn around to the back and your back pose looks horrendous, but you have way better But the judges are saying, oh, well, but if she could pose them better, she would do better. But she didn't, so she can't be judged on that. She can't be rewarded on what she could do. It's what did you do, right? When you're on stage, you're being judged on what did you bring to the stage right now? What are you showing me right now? I don't care if typically, oh yeah, well, usually I flex my lats better. I don't care. You didn't when you showed me. When it counted, you didn't flex your lats. When it counted, you couldn't hold your poses. When it counted, your glutes weren't tight. When it counted, you weren't holding your quads tight because you're supposed to pose from head to toe. So the art of posing is so important, guys. So that's one of the things you're going to learn from him. And stage presence. He's got a... Arnold was huge on the art of posing and stage presence. He'll be the first to admit he wasn't the best physique ever, but he was one of the best posers ever. Those iconic poses where he does the rear double biceps and he does the vacuum pose and the bicep. All these iconic poses are because he was a great poser, okay? No, that's okay, Julia. Thanks for stopping by, though. I appreciate it. And if anyone's on here new, because this is a YouTube Live right now. If you're on here new, I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that kind of jazz, okay? Just subscribe to the channel, okay? Because we're talking about, right now, we're talking about in Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia, the top 3 reasons why, even as a natural athlete, we should check out the magazine, the book. And that's what we're getting into right now, okay, guys? And if anyone's on here as a bodybuilder or thinking about bodybuilding or whatever, I just want to stress to you guys, if you do ever decide to compete on a stage, or if you just want to do it for the fun of it, practice posing, guys. Posing will also build up the quality of your physique, because you know we all pose in the mirrors anyway. You might as well pose properly, because you know even if you don't compete, you never want to compete. Everybody who works out arms goes to the mirror and they flex their bicep. We all do it. Why don't you go to the mirror and do a front double bicep, right? Why don't you learn how to do a pose properly, just for the hell of it? And then if you ever do go to step on stage, you're more comfortable with it. Because also some people are really naturally really good at posing and love being in front of the crowds and all that stuff, say for a competition, but some people don't. And especially if you're one of the ones that don't, practice it often so it becomes second nature. You don't want to be out there, and how often did you pose? Well, I started posing last night. Like, I know people say that and they think it's cool to say. It's not cool. It goes to show everyone around you that you don't prepare for things. You don't show up prepared. Okay, so it's not a flex that you didn't pose. I hardly posed for this show. That's not a flex. That's called you were lazy. You didn't put the preparation and the time into it, okay? And you're making excuses for yourself just in case something goes wrong. Okay, you want to step on stage, whether it's your first show or it's your 20th show, prepared for the competition. You said you were going to do the competition. You put in all the hard work, the diet, all the discipline, all that stuff. Make sure that it's worth it, okay? So yeah, so the art of posing and presentation, Arnold's really stressed in this textbook, so that's something you need to read if you're going through this textbook. It's an 800-page textbook, guys. There's a lot of info in there, and there's a lot of motivational photos in there and all that kind of stuff. Reason number 3, of the top 3 reasons why a natural bodybuilder should check out the Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding by Arnold Schwarzenegger, is he talks about the mindset of a champion. So this is number 3. You want to just to bring in the mindset of a champion throughout the book. I think he's got a whole chapter on it, but throughout the book he talks about the mindset of a champion. And we know that Arnold Schwarzenegger himself has a mindset of a champion, okay? Yeah, because it's one of the biggest things he talks about throughout this book, okay, is about having the mindset of a champion, the champion mindset. He talks about visualization, work ethic, confidence. These are all crucial, not only for anyone in the world, no matter what you do, but especially for a natural bodybuilder or an enhanced bodybuilder or whatever. But specifically for natural bodybuilders, okay, guys, you got to visualize, you got to have a work ethic, and you got to have confidence, okay? You got to believe in yourself. Because you got to keep it real, guys. We're natural athletes. We're natural bodybuilders. We have to develop something called patience, okay? It's not going to happen overnight. You're not packing on muscle or getting shredded overnight. It's a process. And it takes that champion mindset to stay on track, okay, guys? Because it's not going to happen overnight. Natural bodybuilders, we need patience, okay? And that's where that mindset comes in. You could call it the warrior mindset. You could call it the champion mindset. You know, I like to refer to it as warrior mindset because I got warrior written on my arm, okay? I preach workout warrior all the time, okay? So I talk warrior mindset. You got to have that workout warrior mindset. And I pulled out a quote from the book too. Okay, what is it here? One of my, or what are some of your favorite quotes from the book? Anyways, just drop it a comment here, or drop it in there. See if you're seeing the video down the road. Who's read the Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding, or who's skimmed through it on a PDF or whatever? Like, who's read it? Just let me know. Let me know what you thought of it and all that kind of stuff. Because one of this quote says this. I'm just going to read it. Since it's a quote, I want to read it. The mind is the limit. As long as the mind can envision the fact that you can do something, you can do it. That's an Arnold Schwarzenegger quote, okay? It came from the book. He talks about mindset training and all that stuff so much. So that champion mindset is one of our top 3 reasons. That's my number 3 reason. So I basically went over our top 3 reasons why you should read the modern, I keep calling it the wrong thing, the Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding book by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Is just because, yeah, those are the top 3. There's way more reasons. I'll go over some more things here. And if you're liking the content I'm putting out right now, I know I'm putting it out at a weird time of day, so it's probably not going to get a huge amount of people on live jumping on here right now. But you can watch the video later, because I might just actually save this video if it's good enough content and bang it out on video format, okay? Because I think this is a video that people need to see. And again, if you want any more natural bodybuilding content, all that kind of stuff, I'm Shaun Campbell. I run the International Drug-Free Athletics, which is that logo right there. We run natural bodybuilding competitions across Canada, and now we do them across the world with the online competitions I'm going to put on YouTube. So if you're a natural bodybuilder, subscribe here, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Stay up to date with what I'm doing on here, because I know maybe you're thinking the online shows sound crazy. But wait till you watch a couple, and maybe you might want to jump in yourself, okay? Especially for the newcomers to competing. This is a safe place to compete. The IDFA shows, International Drug-Free Athletics. You can jump on an online show without even leaving your house if you're uncomfortable with getting into a competition, all that kind of stuff in front of people and all that thing. The online shows are great, and they're great for anyone, okay? And again, what I was saying with the philosophies in his book, yes, the only thing that I really, it's a little bit different, maybe his nutrition might be a little bit out of date, just because back then I think they didn't eat as much fats and stuff, but now we know the value for hormones and all that kind of stuff to have more fat in your diet, because back then they did more of a protein carb sources, and really low fat was the thing back in the 80s and 70s, 80s, 90s, right? But it's changed a little bit. So the nutrition content has changed a little bit. It's not as structured meal plans as they used to be back then, because now a lot of people do the, if it fits your macros, or they follow a macro count, or they keep within a certain macro count, but all different varieties of foods, right? You know what I mean? But more of a emphasis on protein and fats, but that's okay. But again, it's what works for you, because you got to follow something that you're going to stick with. Maybe you like the Arnold approach and you can get great results, because look, they got great results back then. So there's no reason why you can't, right? Everyone's different. What works for you is different. But generally, his nutrition is a little bit outdated, and his overly high volume approach to training is a little bit outdated as well, because most people are doing probably about half the volume he did, but they're hitting the body parts like twice a week. Like they're basically maybe doing the same amount of volume you would do in a workout, but they're spreading it across the week. So we do stuff like, because push-pull legs wasn't a thing back then, but they still did it, but they just didn't call it push-pull legs, right? So now we do like a push-pull legs, day off, repeat, push-pull legs type thing. So you're almost hitting a body part twice a week. Because as natural athletes, we need a more volume on frequency, but we don't need a huge volume on amount of exercise and stuff for the muscle group, right? So per session, we don't want to be there all day, but we want to spread it out across the week. So we want to be able to hit chest twice a week. But we don't need to be doing 20 sets of chest. Maybe we do a 10-set workout of chest on Monday, then on whatever, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, on Thursday or Friday, we do another 10 sets of chest for chest. 10 sets for chest. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So basically, it's more about that, right? So yeah, so I believe that as a natural athlete, you should check out this book. You will get some good information from it. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Drop it in the chat here, or drop it in the comments in the video when I post a video or whatever. So yeah, I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. Subscribe to the channel. Just support the channel by watching it, subscribing, liking things, checking out the videos. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I just wanted to talk about the top 3 reasons why natural athletes or natural bodybuilders should check out the Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hopefully you found this video entertaining and informative, and you got some good information here, good motivation, or it's making you want to go read the textbook because you want to be a part of history. Because like it or not, most people love Arnold Schwarzenegger, but not everyone does, because there's a lot of controversial things. But whether you love him or you hate him, he is the person who brought bodybuilding to the mainstream. He was the catalyst that brought bodybuilding to us. Why you're competing right now, or why you're watching this video right now, is because of Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? He's the person who made this a big, big worldwide sport. All right, Shaun Campbell 2.0, I'm out of here.